Hey everyone, I'm Almar of almarsguides.com, and this video here is going to be about my Southsun Cove farming. So Southsun Cove farming was added in obviously the Secret of Southsun patch. And really what you do for Southsun Cove farming is run between a select few events and, well, do the events. Now, the main reason people farm out here is because these events drop a chest which have pretty much a guaranteed chance to give you a Karka shell and at least 2 greens. Now, sometimes it'll replace one of the greens for a rare, and then of course sometimes it can replace one of the greens for an exotic. But most of the time you're going to get a Karka shell and 2 greens as well as whatever drops from the boss. Now there's a lot of farming to be done out here, and it's actually really good money because you're able to grab the Magic Find buff from the Settler Supporter. I'm pretty sure that's the one. Yeah, it's the Settler that gives the Magic Find buff, and you'll be able to have 200% Magic Find while running through all of this stuff, and trust me, it helps out so much out here. And the reason they gave this Magic Find buff is because they know that, you know, in Lost Shores you're not going to be able to use your Magic Find gear because you just get your ass obliterated here. You need to use actual gear that makes your character tough and stuff like that, and still you'll get your ass obliterated out here, but not as much as you would, you know, using your Magic Find gear. So, the main reason people farm out here is for the Southsun Supply Crate, which contains a bunch of different stuff, but people mostly want these for the skins that they have a chance of containing and, things like that. Like, as far as the, let me find the Southsun Supply Crate. It says right here on the crate, an assortment of souvenirs from the Southsun Islands. This chest contains Southsun crafting materials and a chance to get a wide variety of items such as shoulder skins, new boosts, and conveniences. And a rare chance to get new weapon skins and mini pets. So, really what it, pretty much what that's saying right there is, that chest has a chance of containing all of those things, and the most expensive things that come out of that are obviously going to be the skins. There's always going to be a bunch of vain people that focus entirely on looks, and you're going to be able to make a fortune off of them just like every other game. And that's really where ArenaNet makes most of their money. All of these people that only care about what their character looks like and really nothing else, they just make a fortune off of, and it's for our job as gold and money makers to take advantage of these types of people too, because if you find these skins from the chests, you're going to be able to make so much money selling them, because well, that's all people care about. They'll spend their money on looks, and that's it. So pretty much the events we're going to be doing here I showcase in the video. There's 2 separate ones. One is at Keel's Outpost, and it involves killing the instigator, which I'm pretty sure the event says something like quell the riots, and in order to do that you have to take out the instigator. It's very easy to do, and it's very straightforward. Everyone does it. You'll be able to follow the large group of people around if you're at all confused, and you'll be able to, you know, pump out these events very quickly and very efficiently. So also there's one a little bit to the west, let me see. Yes, to the west of Keel's Outpost. I think it's called Driftglass Springs or something like that. There's another instigator that spawns there. Both of these instigators are, these events are what drops the chests here. Now, there's a few more events around all of Southsun, but these events are pretty much like the main ones that you're going to be farming. They usually have about a 10-minute timer from my personal experience farming here, which means like after 10 minutes or so, the events will probably respawn. You'll be able to do them again, you know, get all of your fat loots, and then hop on over to the other one. There's a few other events you can do while these events are down. There's a Lions Guard Patrol event, which starts in Keel's Outpost, that will go south through the eastern portion of the zone, and there's also a Lions Guard Patrol quest, well, rather event, that starts by Driftglass Springs, and it'll go down through, you know, all the veteran Karkas and stuff like that. Usually what I recommend doing is if you see these patrols, do like maybe 2 or 3 pulls of them. Also res the Lions Guard, anything that drops, and if you do 2 or 3 pulls, you'll probably get a gold medal for completing them, which is more than you can ask for, since there is no chest after completing this or anything like that. So the gold is really like, you know, what you're aiming for, and with just your brief moment of participation, you'll be able to get that gold medal. Now, at all times here, like I mentioned earlier in the video, you're going to want to get that Settler Supporter 200% magic find buff. Unless you're doing the consortium one, which gives 200% gold find, you're definitely not going to want to go out of your way or you know, get that one, because I mean 200% gold find is just nothing compared to what you know, 200% magic find is. Absolutely nothing. Now, as far as getting rares and stuff go from this event, I got quite a few rares. I think I got a few during the video. I honestly can't remember. Although usually every third or fourth time I do these events, I end up getting a rare from the chests. It's pretty common to get those rares. I've never seen an exotic from those chests, and I've gotten I've maybe farmed these events for 3 hours in a total like broad picture, and that's not including the time I spent AFK, you know, waiting for the events to spawn. And I've probably gotten, I think, 3 Southsun crates. So I'd say there's probably a maybe 5 to 10% chance from the chest that you get a Southsun crate. Which actually isn't too bad. I know a lot of people that stay here and farm here endlessly for hours and hours and hours and hours on end for these skins and just for money. Which, you know, I won't knock them. It's actually really decent money here. I mean, it's a little bit hard, and it's very frustrating with how stupid the crap is here. You know, some of the monsters hit way too hard, and it's just a complete nightmare and all of that junk. But it's kind of fun. It's a decent farming. It's a break from, you know, Cursed Shore and Malcor's Leap. You know, it's a break from the norm, kind of, I guess, is what I'm looking to say. And some people, you know, look for that break from the norm. So if you're looking for that, you know, this is a pretty good area to farm. You'll make a decent amount of gold every hour. I'd say you'll probably make about 3 to 5 gold an hour from farming here. It honestly depends on, you know, the events you do and stuff like that, what you get, yada, yada, yada. And you might not even make that much sometimes. Sometimes you might only make, you know, like 1 to 2 gold. Sometimes you might get really lucky, make a little bit more. And, you know, that's the average, and that's why it's called an average. So, like I said, the main thing you're going to want to be doing is these riot events. They spawn at these 2 places. I've never really seen them spawn elsewhere, and in between there's also a few more events. One is to defend the settlers. At Heel's Outpost, there's settlers that spawn. Or I think, yeah, there's just one settler. He'll have a little shield above his head, and he'll be cowering. And there's going to be people that are running out and attacking him, and what you do is you're gonna attack and take down all of these individual NPCs that are trying to attack him, and pretty much that's all there is to the defending the settler. You just stand there, take down any NPCs that try to attack him, and protect him with everything. It's not too hard to defend him, and usually a lot of people will be doing it. I've seen, I think the most I've ever seen it, or hardest mob I've ever seen come out is a champion, but even then it doesn't happen too often. There's also, like for this event, what I wanted to equate it to was, the Citadel of Flame Path 2 one, where the assassins come out and they attack Mag. Because during this event there's going to be a lot of like decoy mobs running around, but there's going to be specific mobs with cross swords over their heads. That are going to be the mobs that you're going to have to kill, because those are the only ones that will attack the settler. Now, that's pretty much all there is to know for that event. It's pretty easy, and after you kill those mobs that come out and attack the settler, they'll drop little bags of loot on the ground. You'll be able to run around, gather them, and stuff like that. It's really easy to do, really easy to profit from, and stuff like that. After you do all of that event crap, there's also defend the villages. There's wildlife that comes and attacks Driftglass Springs, and also wildlife that comes and attacks Keel's Outpost. Those are actually, in my experience, the hardest events, because like they send out like 8 or 9 Karkas, and 2 of them are veterans, and it's like, dude, I can barely handle 1 Karka when they shoot at me, and you want me to take down 8 or 9 of them? Like, what the hell? So those events are extremely hard. And chances are you're going to break a few pieces of armor, or damage a few pieces of armor, rather. And then, of course, you also have the Lion's Guard patrols, and you can also gather in between. On the whole eastern side of Southsun, you know, you can just whip up and down, gathering the Passiflora for the passion fruits, the Blooming Passiflora for the passion flowers. And then you also got Mithril and you know, elderwood and stuff like that, and you can keep, you know, pounding through all of that, gathering all of that goodies, and before you know it, you'll have the fattest loot around. Now, aside from that, also on the western end, you usually got orichalcum that spawns over there, from what I've seen. I'm trying to remember. You got more elderwood that spawns over there. You got some Orion saplings, which give you the ancient wood, or you know, things like that. And that's pretty much all there is to it. I mean, there's quite a bit of stuff you can do in between. As far as gathering goes, I'm not going to show you an actual exact path, because there's really no reason to, you know, just go where you see the nodes. Now, sorry, slight hiccup. You have to also remember that you're only able to gather a certain amount of passion flowers and passion fruit each day. After you gather enough, or you hit your daily cap for the passifloras, it's going to stop showing them on the minimap. Even if there are some still available, they'll just disappear from your minimap and you won't be able to loot them. The same goes for the Blooming Passifloras. There's a daily cap on how many you're actually able to gather, so definitely keep that in mind. There's no cap on anything else that you're going to be gathering out here. Mithril, elderwood, none of that. So that's something else to keep in mind. The most passiflora nodes you'll find are on the eastern end of the zone. On the western end, that's mostly just mithril, elderwood, orichalcum, and you know, stuff like that. So that's pretty much all there is to farming Southsun Cove. I know it's a little bit of a long video, but I hope that I gave you guys all of the information that you could ever possibly want for farming here. And aside from that, guys, as always, good luck, happy hunting, and I'll see you guys around the next video.